Hey everyone, it's Andrew Esquivel here back with another review, and today I'm going to be reviewing the patented Sleepmaster Sleep Mask. Now, as the name suggests, it is in fact a sleep mask that you wear on your face to block out light when you're sleeping. Now, I'm nocturnal, so I really do need a sleep mask, because if you're like me, you work the night shift or you're just up all night and sleep during the day, most likely you've got some sun beaming in through your window that you're not particularly happy to see. So what do? You go and buy a sleep mask. Now, there are thousands upon thousands of different masks that you can go and buy, anywhere from on the internet to Walmart or Kmart or what have you. So when you're looking at one, which ones are actually any good? Well, I decided to spring for this one. Now, it was a little more expensive, but it had a few features that I thought might be helpful for my situation. And the one feature that it has that no other mask seems to have is the fact that it wraps around your entire head, covering your ears to help muffle out sound, which is important if you're a night shift guy or nocturnal, because when you're asleep, everyone else is awake making noise, and it's annoying, it's bothersome, and you just want to sleep. So you get one of these because you think it's going to work. And it even comes with a pair of earplugs to put in your ears, complimentary, to help block out more noise. Now, realistically, with this thing on, it maybe reduces about 10% of the sound. So, it muffles it just slightly. Not enough to actually block out sound. That's where the earplugs come in. With the earplugs, you knock out maybe about 60% of the sound total. But looking at it and using it for a number of weeks now, there are a number of things that I really need to go over. Things that make this mask pretty much unusable. So, going over those points, because, you know, when you buy a sleep mask, you need it to be comfortable. You're trying to sleep after all. So, let's just put it on real quick so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It goes over your eyes like this, and there's a Velcro strap on the back, and you put it on like this. Looks nice, right? It should feel relatively comfortable, and for the most part, it is. It's made from a synthetic breathable material in a satin-like weave, so it's actually somewhat comfortable when you actually touch the mask itself, but there are other points to the mask that make it uncomfortable, and I'm going to show you really quickly. Now, when you're wearing the mask, you actually need it to conform over your head properly, which means you have to kind of make it slightly tight. And that's where the problems come in. Because if you don't make it slightly tight, it's going to fall off while you sleep. And I know this from experience. First issue you'll notice right away. On your nose, it kind of doesn't conform to the top of your nose right. So like right here, it's really, really uncomfortable. It's pushing down on your nose on this like specific little spot, and it's really, really annoying. But what's even worse is right here on your eyes, specifically your eyes, because while all the other parts of the mask are conforming to your head relatively decently, these parts right here push in like directly on your eyeballs, which causes a lot of problems. It's really, really uncomfortable for the most part. It's bearable, but it's really, really annoying. And what's even worse is when you take the mask off, after you're done sleeping for 8 to 12 hours, your vision gets warped because it's pushing in on your eyes. And it also distracts against your REMs, your rapid eye movements, while you're sleeping because it's compressing your eyeball, which is also really bad. So those are some major flaws, but the flaws don't end there for the uncomfortability. See, back here, like I said, it's got a Velcro strap that ties in. And the Velcro strap is not tiny by any means. It's thick. So in this one area right here, it's big and bulgy, and it's putting pressure on your head right here. So if you're sleeping on your back, and your head, the back of the head is touching the pillow, well, now you got a really uncomfortable pressure point on the back of your head too, which also makes it incredibly uncomfortable. So I'm going to take this off now. I'm gonna put my glasses back on and go over a few more things. So, okay, does it work as a sleep mask? Yeah, of course it does. It blocks out all the light. So you could be shining a light directly on your face from like a ceiling lamp or the window or something. Light's not going to come in. It does that job right. But part of a sleep mask is being comfortable, being able to put it on and be able to go to sleep. If something is uncomfortable, especially on your face, it's not going to provide a good night's sleep. Which leads me to say these words that I don't normally say in a review, but buy something else. It looks good, and in concept, it should be good, but it was a poor execution on this product. Now, granted, yeah, feeling it, like, for the first time, it's like, ooh, that's nice and soft and smooth, kind of silky, because it's a satin fabric. And you're like, oh, yeah, it's kind of, like, plush, too. It should be comfortable, right? Nope. Now, I do have something that can kind of help you determine how much light it blocks out. I got this flashlight, and it's about 900 lumens. So I'm going to turn the flashlight on, and I'm going to put it on the back of this mask. And look, no light is coming out at all. It is blocking pretty much all the light. There's maybe like 2 or 3% of the light getting through at the most. And this is a hell of a lot brighter than what's coming in through your window, so keep that in mind. So pulling it back, you can see the light is still on. Turn that off. It blocks light really well, but that's the only thing it does well. Covering your ears muffles the sound at best. It doesn't do what you expect it to do. You need the earplugs. And then there's the problem of, okay, well, what if it blocks out too much sound now? Because you got to wake up with your alarm. You will still hear your alarm, supposedly. So, like, I've slept, I've taken, like, little naps, right, with the earplugs and this end. I can still hear texts coming through, like, from my phone, and I can still hear the alarm. Relatively okay, enough that I'll be aware of it. But I've never actually been fully asleep with this thing on and had an alarm come off at the same time. Because it's like, yeah, it'll block out certain sounds pretty well, and other sounds, not so much. But, you should be able to still hear your alarm with this on. But that should be the only thing you should be able to hear, provided the alarm is right next to your bed. But as far as this thing goes, not a good buy. I bought it for $25.50, which is a lot of money for a sleep mask. And, it's really nothing special at all, especially with those pressure points. Someone like me, I buy a decent bit of higher-end sleeping equipment because I've got a lot of sleep issues. If you're like me, I've got insomnia, hypersomnia, delayed sleep syndrome, sleep apnea. A lot of those things make sleeping really difficult for me, so I bought this to help me sleep. Now, I mentioned sleep apnea. I have sleep apnea. I don't have a CPAP machine or whatever the heck it's called that you put the mask on and it forces air into your lungs. It's supposedly true that this will not interfere with your CPAP machine, which, in that case, there is a plus with that, but I don't see why any other sleep mask would either. This thing is so big and bulky that it's just uncomfortable. So, needless to say, I will be buying a different sleep mask very soon. Now, for something that's made in the USA, you expect it to be a little higher quality compared to their Chinese competitor parts. So, or products, I should say, not parts. But overall, I have had days where it's successful, where I can sleep with this on all night, and I'll wake up and feel okay. But, a lot of times I find myself laying there thinking, oh man, I'd rather deal with the light beaming in my eyes than deal with the uncomfortability of this. So, I take it off. I throw it on the ground and deal with the sunlight. I don't like doing that, but I need to be comfortable while I sleep, and this just doesn't do it. Another issue is, the Velcro straps take so long to get on and off in a situation where you gotta wake up, like, immediately, or, like, there's a text that comes through, and you need to read that text because you were expecting it, or you think it might be important, like on your phone or something. You're sitting there fumbling around, Like, you wake up and you're like, oh crap, I gotta take this off. So then you gotta reach around your head, undo the strap and everything. And it doesn't sound like much, but it really is a pain in the butt. So, and there's really no option of just, oh, I'll lift it up for a second and put it up here on my forehead, and then I'll just pull it back down when I'm done reading the text or taking the phone call. No, you can't do that. You have to take the thing completely off in order to pick up your phone and read a text. And you can get by with maybe just like this and flipping up the bottom. I can get by doing that every once in a while for text. But if someone's calling you on the phone only rings a certain amount of times, which means you're sitting there, you're laying there, you hear the phone ringing, you're like, oh crap, I gotta get the phone. You gotta sit up, you gotta undo the Velcro straps, take it completely off, find wherever the phone is, pick it up, and then answer it. And then when you're done on the phone, you gotta put the phone back, you gotta put it back on, make it nice and positioned correctly, because it takes forever to get a comfortable position on your face. So it's not like you can just know where your phone is if it's right next to you, pick it up and be like, hello? No, you gotta take the whole thing off, just use the phone now too, because it covers your ears. So there's a lot of things about this that sounds like it's a good idea to put in a sleep mask, but does not work in real life. If you ask me, what they should have done is had some sort of like nice soft rubbering right here, like on the nose, so that it's not pushing down on your nose so hard, but makes it kind of comfortable, you know, some sort of padding on the nose. And if you ask me, they shouldn't have done this Velcro strap system. They did it so that it could be a universal fit, but let's face it, everyone's face is not the same size. I think they should have made it a one-piece thing, but had elastic, so that you can quickly move it up and move it down, and it'll conform to your head regardless, because elastic does that. But they didn't do that, for whatever reason. Maybe it cost too much to manufacture like that. I don't know. Point is, if you're looking for a sleep mask to help you sleep during the day when everyone else is awake, and you're a really uncomfortable sleeper with a lot of sleeping issues like I am, this sounds like a good idea, but it doesn't cut it. It just doesn't work well because it's so uncomfortable. The only thing it does well is block out light. So with that being said, get a different sleep mask. Look for ones that specifically have moldings on it that will not put pressure on your eyes. Ones that are comfortable around the nose. And don't even bother with ones that cover your ears, because just get earplugs instead. Earplugs work way better than this does. So that's my short little review. And I don't normally do bad reviews. I like to buy products that I know I'm going to like and I'm going to use, but this did not work well at all. So with that being said, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for commenting, rating, subscribing, doing whatever you do. I invite you to check out my other videos, and as always, thanks for watching.